From what we can tell, the main reason for our presence here is to ignite a spark of significance amid the gloom of basic survival. Attributed to Carl Jung, whenever we study remarkable and accomplished figures like Carl Jung, Sigmund Freud, or perhaps Leonardo da Vinci, Albert Einstein, William Shakespeare, Nelson Mandela, among others, we tend to experience a sense of shortfall. Their existences seemed so profound. In what way might ours measure up? Life's true aim, based on Carl Jung's views, isn't tied to accomplishments. It relates to your essence and your behaviors, based on Jung's ideas. A person's complete nature can be outlined through the mind, which includes every aware and hidden element. Right in the core of our awareness, all that we recognize, sits the self-image. Yet so much exists beyond this self-image that goes unnoticed. At the heart of our hidden realm, which covers all that's concealed, rests our concealed aspect or negative facet. In Jung's perspective, within this hidden area resides the secret to uncovering our life's aim. That's due to the fact that your existence's goal isn't a fixed or shared concept. It's personal to each individual. Carl Jung served as a Swiss mental health expert and therapist who eventually established his unique approach to the field, termed depth analysis. His ideas are commonly labeled as Jungian thought. He authored several works as well. Among the prominent ones, Studies in Hidden Minds, Humans and Their Images, Universal Patterns, and Shared Hidden Thoughts, Contemporary Individuals Seeking Inner Essence, Dynamics of Emotional Shifts, Recollections, Visions and Ideas, plus Connections Among Self, Image and Hidden Elements. In today's presentation, we'll explore the actions required for your negative facet to uncover your existence's goal, drawing from Carl Jung's thought system. Explore your hidden side. Jung stated, clarity in your goals emerges solely when you examine your inner core. Those gazing outward fantasize, those peering inward awaken. Each individual possesses a distinct significance and goal in existence, based on their identity and desires. Consequently, understanding your true self is essential prior to determining your life's aim. Numerous folks assume they understand their own nature thoroughly. You could believe you're well acquainted with your characteristics, advantages, flaws, and wishes. Thus, you may feel inclined to jump directly toward identifying your existence's goal. Nevertheless, to genuinely comprehend yourself, you must engage in what Jung termed personal awakening. Every human consists of both aware and hidden components, the parts we recognize, along with those we don't. The concealed aspect, or negative side, represents the obscured section of our hidden mind that contains suppressed urges, feelings, and characteristics. For example, your concealed aspect could include sensations of idleness, jealousy, or frustration, plus pastimes or passions that embarrass you or that you feel you've surpassed. Since the concealed aspect dwells in the hidden mind, you're frequently oblivious to its contents. These characteristics have been pushed down and overlooked for such extended periods that they cease to appear in your mind. Rather, you often excessively align with your public face, the part you subconsciously adopt to gain approval or admiration from people around you. This public face functions as a disguise you don during social encounters, and you might possess various disguises for diverse contexts. Rediscovering your concealed aspect demands real commitment. Participating in concealed aspect exploration or familiarizing with your negative side, as Jung described it, entails consistently pausing to contemplate your actions, ideas, and emotions during everyday routines. This might involve writing in a diary or practicing mindfulness. Pose inquiries to yourself. What prompted my response in that manner? Did it seem genuine? For what reason or not? What was my first impulse in that circumstance? How might I react if positions switched? It's like examining yourself as though interviewing another person. Jung stressed that familiarizing with your concealed aspect doesn't imply merging with it. You aren't required to label yourself based on the characteristics you typically conceal. As an illustration, if your concealed aspect includes frustration, you don't have to view yourself as a frustrated individual. Rather, just admit these characteristics are present, notice and embrace them as components of your being. An additional manner in which your obscured, concealed characteristics frequently emerge is via critiquing others. The characteristics or actions you detest in others frequently mirror those you dread within yourself. This process is known as externalizing. Therefore, anytime you discover yourself upset with or annoyed by another's conduct, pause to inquire, have I ever shown this pattern? If no, why haven't I? Might this represent a concealed characteristic of mine? In Jung's view, individuals who severely condemn self-centeredness frequently suppress their personal self-centered ideas, and those who can't tolerate haste in others could be struggling against their personal hasty inclinations. By allocating moments daily to settle, maybe record thoughts and pose these insightful inquiries to yourself, you start elevating the hidden into awareness, genuinely familiarizing with your nature. It's crucial to persist with concealed aspect exploration on a routine basis. Since you evolve, new elements always await discovery. Establishing a routine of concealed aspect exploration is vital for steadily approaching an existence full of significance. Enhance your being. Using Jung's phrasing, I aim not for goodness in manhood, I seek completeness in manhood. At this point, having uncovered your hidden elements and possibly some unattractive negative characteristics, you could ponder, in what way does this aid in rescuing my existence? Actually, post-personal awakening, you might sense more negative about your nature, since you can't disregard your flawed facets anymore. Jung recognized that determining your authentic identity involves a deeply distressing and terrifying journey. Lots of individuals assume that by suppressing flawed elements of their being, by concealing them eternally, it's an effective method to eliminate them completely. After all, aren't individuals who restrain their frustration the calmest ones? And aren't those who overcome their idleness the most efficient? Indeed, yet also not entirely. Although desiring improvement is positive, disregarding characteristics won't erase them. Suppressing concealed characteristics frequently amplifies their influence. They simmer within you deeply and afterward. During moments of exhaustion, tension, sentiment, or crisis, they abruptly erupt from you. Individuals who fail to recognize their frustration are those with terrifying rage episodes occasionally. Individuals who overlook their idleness ultimately face exhaustion collapses. Overlooking an issue doesn't eliminate it. Thus, since you now recognize your concealed aspect genuinely, you can at last address it properly. Regardless of what you uncover in your concealed aspect, your negative characteristics transform them into assets. Frustration, for instance, becomes negative only when overstated or unjustified. However, when an individual truly harms you, frustration can assist in defending your position. The inquiry to pose to yourself is, at what point is it appropriate to respond to a feeling, and when is restraint better? At what time should I rely on my public face and disguise, and when is it unnecessary? Through considering your feelings with this balanced perspective, instead of labeling them as negative or positive, you'll enhance your existence and overall health significantly. Jealousy might serve as a driver. Idleness could provide essential recovery. Haste might boost your energy, provided the situation fits. Put differently, you must discover methods to blend all that you uncover in your concealed aspect into your character, rather than dismissing it. Your concealed aspect exists not to penalize you, but to guide you, and your suppressed characteristics persist indefinitely. Therefore, solely by welcoming and accepting your negative attributes can you genuinely advance your being. The understanding of self and capacity to utilize every facet of your nature is what you require to uncover your existence's aim. When your concealed aspect integrates into yourself, you turn more authentic. You'll achieve equilibrium, unity, and genuineness. After determining how to employ your concealed aspect, you've clarified your true identity, and consequently, it'll grow far simpler to determine what you genuinely desire and require from existence. Personal advancement represents an additional type of concealed aspect exploration that persists indefinitely. New areas for growth always exist. By persistently advancing your being, you're infusing significance into your existence. Initiate steps. In Jung's view, your identity stems from your deeds, not your intentions. Once you comprehend your identity, the optimal way to manage your negative characteristics and your convictions, you must demonstrate it. Existence's aim can't be located in ideas, but in execution. Jung believed personal awakening needed demonstration through deeds instead of mere words. Ultimately, you can claim a particular identity and desires only if your behaviors align. This implies avoiding a passive existence. Don't merely respond to events around you, but also start initiatives in your existence. Rather than awaiting friendships to form, actively seek connections. Rather than anticipating advancement at work, devise a strategy and chase it. And rather than awaiting significance to arrive in your existence, create significance via your behaviors. Presently, the majority of us exist passively, including those who diligently pursue their concealed aspect and advance themselves. Advancing your being is an excellent initial step. Certainly, however, it falls short for genuinely commencing initiatives in additional life domains as well. Actually, following concealed aspect exploration, one could assume they can now unwind and observe, but unwinding in existence leads to entrapment in insignificance. Alright, but how to commence an active existence? Straightforward through testing yourself. After adopting measures to persistently investigate your concealed aspect and advance based on discoveries, you ought to maintain additional measures too. Regularly pose inquiries to yourself such as, what are my convictions? Which spiritual or faith-based ideas? Which ethical standards? Which principles? In what manner do I conduct myself daily? What objectives for this year and the following half-decade? In what way do I wish to impact society? What expectations from others? You might record these in a diary or contemplate them during mindfulness. The responses provide evident indicators regarding required initiatives. For instance, you could aspire to authorship with publication. Many share this, yet many who harbor this aspiration fail to pursue substantial measures toward it. They await creative sparks for schedules to open and ultimately for the work to compose itself. They remain passive. At the perfect moment, the work will emerge naturally. Or that's their belief. So what adjustments for someone aspiring to authorship? A prospective writer who genuinely initiates would compose regularly on a set timetable, regardless of mood. Upon encountering blocks, they'd purposefully hunt guidance or activities to progress. They'd complete a narrative, if lacking drive, then via commitment. Afterward, they'd deliberately connect with publishing professionals, like book representatives. Naturally, numerous individuals don't extract significance from professional ambitions. Rather, their private concepts about existence could be somewhat vague. Perhaps desiring to uplift future groups, for example. This might occur through various paths, via parenthood, education roles, launching youth support groups, serving as young advisors, entering governance, plus additional options. It's your responsibility to select the method for attaining this ambition and which initiatives it demands. Anytime you pose inquiries about your ethics and convictions to yourself, you'll then need to choose the approach for pursuing them and which initiatives may be necessary. Surviving is entirely feasible in a passive existence, yet discovering significance in such an existence isn't feasible. Significance demands initiatives. Welcome apprehension. Jung remarked at one point, the location of your apprehension marks your assignment. A primary cause for passive living isn't simple idleness and frequently not even absent drive. Usually, evading initiatives arises from apprehension. Initiatives involve uncertainty, which can intimidate. When holding a concept for a volume, you must chance dissatisfaction with your composition to record it. After composing a volume, you must prepare for numerous denials to seek publication. Each initiative possible might yield adverse outcomes. Bravery is essential for activity. Bravery doesn't arise from absent apprehension. Apprehension shouldn't be evaded. Doing so would return it to your concealed aspect and dominate your existence further. Rather, it requires recognition. When an initiative is necessary, but you sense incapable, inquire why. Does fear play a role? What intimidates you? Which outcomes could fail? And how to address them? Apprehension frequently diminishes through readiness. Yet avoid mixing readiness with overthinking or worry. Concentrate solely on probable events, not extreme ones. When aiming for volume publication, ready yourself for denials from numerous representatives, or possibly no interest in representation. but also ready for securing a representative or achieving publication. Avoid, though, dwelling on potential denials from representatives and publishers, or idea theft, or mockery. Such ideas are improbable and unproductive. Through examining your apprehension and addressing it via readiness, you've managed much of it already. The sensation probably won't vanish entirely, so after minimizing your apprehension as possible, only one action remains: plunge forward. Bravery demands confronting apprehensions instead of eliminating them. No one accomplishing remarkable feats did so by evading intimidations. As Jung noted, the sight of your apprehension indicates your upcoming assignment. After identifying your intimidations, you likewise identify what probably imparts greatest significance to your existence. Acknowledge the negative. In this concluding reference from Jung today, he notes, a joyful existence can't lack some gloom, and joyful would lack significance absent counterbalance from sorrow. Consider you comprehend yourself, you're constantly advancing yourself, you're initiating steps and embracing uncertainties. Does this form the formula for flawless existence? Absolutely not. No existence achieves perfection. Actually, the world's most impactful figures frequently endured the greatest difficulties. And this occurs because impactful figures usually embrace the greatest uncertainties, refuse to allow adverse circumstances defeat them, and persist regardless. Therefore, welcoming the negative and unsatisfying elements in existence is essential for uncovering significance and aim. Actually, significance relies upon it. An existence composed only of success and delight isn't significant, since delight impacts only when sorrow is known too. Victory is impossible unless loss remained possible. No brightness exists absent gloom. This indicates that any time adversity strikes, reframe it. Avoid hopelessness, but consider any positivity forthcoming will feel enhanced now. Beyond framing positivity in existence, adversity and errors represent chances for development. Each occurrence, your response reveals fresh insights about yourself. Adverse events, thus, are vital for personal revelation and useful, additionally, for familiarizing with your concealed aspect. No one realizes they need greater practicality unless failure occurred previously, and no one discovers their resilience and strength unless existence demanded it. Suppose your story faces denial from every submission outlet, or you abandoned secure employment for education return yet didn't succeed. Certainly, now greater framing exists for appreciating positivity later. You've gained knowledge, but does this infuse more significance into your existence? Existence's significance, in Jung's perspective, doesn't reside in attaining set ambitions. It resides in initiating steps and personal revelation. Through this, he indicates that existence gains significance not from becoming a released writer or effective leader. It gains significance from efforts undertaken, and therefore, even non-achievers now recognize themselves as initiative takers. They're distinctively and boldly authentic, and that by itself forms the utmost significant element. Infusing significance into existence never concludes. You must persist in revealing yourself, your ambitions, and initiating steps. You'll keep encountering positive and negative events, and this forms what renders your existence exceptional. your distinct mix of letdown and delight, your distinct initiatives and efforts, and your persistence. Consistently take pride in attempts. That's the source of aim. And lastly, value every positivity in your existence. Regardless of achievement scale, take pride. Whatever succeeds in existence, express gratitude, and regardless of events, understand that your existence holds aim, provided you're the optimal version possible. If this presentation appealed to you, kindly explore our complete insights for existence collection and for additional presentations aiding achievement and joy via elegant, thoughtful guidance. Remember to join. Much appreciation for viewing.